On this episode of Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are drinking some Supermassive Café Deth from Revolution that was freshly packaged and released on 6/17th, 2020. And we're back in the studio here in the midst of the pandemic. Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, boom, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. You ever go to every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
You should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
What's up, Brad? I'm Nick White.
Nick's rocking his Afro Beer Chick mask here in the studio.
Yeah, man. Safety first, man. Safety first.
I was talking to someone, and they said, with the mask, if you got a drink, if you flip the tab up on your beer and use it to lift up your mask,
I like
and
that.
then you can drink, and then you bring it back down.
Every day, Brad. You learn something new every day.
I like that. So you'd be rocking your new Afro Beer Chick mask. Just use the can. You probably don't want to drink what we're drinking out of the can, but man, first episode back in the studio. I don't know if we'll continue this, but we had
Special occasion.
special beer to drink here.
Yeah. Viva la Revolution. The only crew in town that insist on debuting 14.2% beers in the summer months. And you know what? That's up my alley.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. I think the base for Café Deth is an oatmeal stout, right?
Okay.
And then this was infused with fresh coffee, like a ton of it.
Right. This isn't the one. At the party, they said they just threw a bunch of coffee in the keg and shook it up.
Right.
Is it that one?
No.
Oh, that's different.
Because that was a sixtel that they did on the spot.
Okay.
Right. So this is the way I understand it, right? I think the Café Deth that is part of the Deepwood series, it was the first beer this year that came out. Café Deth sits on whole coffee beans for 24 hours. So it's more of a coffee infusion, right? It's kind of dry hopped on coffee beans, right?
Okay.
It's Death Star dry hopped on coffee beans for a day, for 24 hours. Supermassive. That's the first time I've heard Supermassive used in a beer, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Supermassive is they actually infuse per barrel. I think they're infusing like actual coffee into the barrel, right? So for every barrel of beer, they're infusing like 10 pounds of coffee.
Shit. Okay. And it's we know it's dark matter coffee. That seems to be the coffee choice of most breweries here in Chicago now.
Yeah. Cheers to to John Carruthers, who we've had on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of mentioned that there are two different types of dark matter coffees. One found in India, one found in Costa Rica.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got some names, but we'll butcher the names, and it won't help us describe.
Shitload of coffee from dark matter in here.
Yeah. So I think, that's the difference, man. They're actually loading this with actual coffee.
Okay.
This is coffee with an oatmeal stout added. Right.
So this is 14% with this amount of coffee in here, 14.8. Mm-hmm. What is it without the coffee? Steeped. Is it the coffee brewed and then dumped in there? So it's not watered down. It's steeped in there. It's like process. I don't know. I'm just trying to wonder: is the beer really big, and then it gets the coffee added, or is the coffee just like the beans and sitting with it?
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of coffee. It smells like coffee. It tastes like coffee. I have a couple of the dark matter cans that are brandy and bourbon barrel, like they're iced coffees or the cold coffees. That's what this smells like.
Yeah.
But with the alcohol.
Sometimes We make coffee in the morning. We use that little stovetop,
like
steel
that.
one.
Yeah.
The name escapes me, but
Yeah, forget what it is. It's kind of like a percolator.
yeah. But you get those. It's essentially it's an espresso maker. You get these concentrated cocoa and chocolate notes from that type of brew. That's what you get here. I'm kind of surprised that it's not overly sweet, nor is it overly like sharp. You drink some dark coffee, and a lot of times it's sharp.
Yeah.
It's bitter. It's it's got some edges to it. This somehow doesn't have the edges, although there's a ton of coffee flavor and aroma in it, right?
Yeah. Like the bourbon, maybe with the wood characters, they're there, but they're taking the back seat.
It all kind of works.
Yeah.
There was something else, man. Oh, I've had some coffee beers like that. It came off like green peppery because there's so much coffee in it.
Yeah.
I don't get that either.
Or like often hear people say, or like at least Ken Harmony would say, like ants, like it tastes like burnt ants, like coffee that was brewed and then like it was put in there and it's like old coffee taste.
Yeah.
Like that's what you never want with your beer. You don't want your beer, like your coffee beer, to taste like old coffee.
Yeah. That was a problem with some black IPAs that were just overly kind of almost like some ashes flew in your beer, right? Like it's kind of overly roasted flavors, which you could easily do because it's a stout, right? Just dark dark malts and dark coffee. It could totally be overly
easily
roasted.
put some ash in there. I don't know. By myself.
So,
Man, this
for some reason is all. This is very melodic.
So do we know if Rev had these planned before the pandemic? Had they always thought we're gonna release some like limited runs during the summer?
You have to think on some level that it's the R&D, right? The parties are R&D because I think the honey barley wine, and or even what was the one that you helped pick out, the berry Deth one.
Yeah, not bramble.
I think this one was plums because I remember we couldn't define. I asked 10 people, I got 10 definitions on what a plum was, but it was the one with Currants.
Yeah.
So I mean, like a lot of these entries in the Deep Blue series that hit the can show up on the draft list at the parties first.
Right.
So you got to think like this was probably in the works because this was October when I think Death Star came out in October.
Right. Like that's why I wonder if that's why like they tested the big coffee one. Like, well, this kind of works. Can we like add a bunch of coffee to some barrels and like go for this?
And then an 18-month-old oatmeal stout, fresh coffee. I mean, I appreciate them. That's all I was trying to say.
And because this is basically fresh coffee and everything, you want to drink this as soon as possible. That coffee flavor always drops out.
Yeah.
It may linger a little longer in here because there's so much coffee, but this was canned 6/17 and it's here
was like
6/19.
Yeah. So 2 days ago. It's a 2-day-old can. I think what I like about it says confront an inescapable singularity of pure, fresh, roasted dark matter coffee within an imperial stout. Store cold and drink as soon as possible.
Yeah. See?
It's the other end of the IPA spectrum, right? Super fresh, hazy IPA, drink now.
Yeah, drink now.
Drink cold, drink now. Same thing for this.
Big imperial stout with coffee, drink now. Basically, just drink your beer.
I mean, it's not like wine. In most cases, wines are, 15, 18%. And, they're kind of meant for you to sit on. I don't know if beer is like that, right? The barrel-aged beer is kind of meant to be enjoyed when it was packaged.
Right.
That's when they want you to drink it.
They put it out because they thought it was ready. You would have your average shelf life, but, just drink your beer. I get it, though. It's really hard. The 4-pack of this is like $40. And you're like, well, I don't want to just, like, drink $40 in a week.
Yeah. So now, Brad, we've got every single release from...
I know. They're sitting here.
We've got one of each.
In our undisclosed location.
So at some point, man, I don't know how we're going to do it. Because with the two of us, we're gonna pass out, but we
Well-
gotta line them up and go through them all.
Well, we talked about doing it with some ladies,
Yeah, I remember that.
with Christine Rose and Heather
Yeah, the Cumber
and
Festival.
Beer Babe Jess. I think
Yeah.
those were our three we had.
not-
Asked
it's
if
not
they
a
were
bad lineup.
interesting, but how you do that now?
You can't.
We gotta wait. We're gonna have to sit on all these for like another at least 6 months.
Or another endless Zoom call, right?
But how
That's no fun.
does that? We have all the cans. They don't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know. You guys got any of these? This one's awesome.
If they all live in the city, we might be able to pull it off. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, because you only got one of each.
Yeah.
Shit. Never mind.
We could pour them out in little like.
Oh, like they do, because when you get whiskey samples, they don't give you a whole bottle. They give you like this little. It's just a random container of like 3 ounces.
Yeah, we'll get like Ziploc bags, like little like drug Ziploc bags, but they're filled with Rev drinks. You just open it up.
I'll be like, these boys fucking suck.
We're just out here slinging some Café Deth.
You know, we're gonna handwrite what it is, and it's gonna get wet, and no one's gonna know which one is which.
Yeah.
They're gonna open, it's gonna spill all over their hands. They're gonna be like all on the carpet. God damn it, Brad. We're not doing that.
All right. So we'll have to wait. We'll probably just sit on them until we can drink them, either with people that we feel like have been being safe in the pandemic, or wait till we figure this out.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this one. Café Deth, June. So a couple weeks ago, they released Rosa, their summer ale. Right after that,
we
they're
did,
like,
yeah, but we did that, and I have had some more cans of the Rosa, and I'm kind of liking it. For whatever reason, it's working for me this year.
yeah, man, we finally cracked the code on Rosa.
I mean, I've given up on life. I don't know.
But yeah, two Chicago heavyweights, man, Dark Matter and Revolution come together for the best beer of the season so far, man. It's a big release, and it's a fantastic beer. So kudos to those guys, man.
And then I actually am picking up some more cans because I bought some because I didn't want to think we were getting cans.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure Revolution stays here forever.
That's true.
So
When'd you pick up? Because they started today, I think.
yeah, mine is Monday.
Oh, nice.
So, but it sounds like what you do for a lot of their pickups, or they're doing this, you just kind of roll up, we wait in line, kind of tell them your order, and then go get it. So that sounds like it's been going pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But you lose all that, because of this is a big release, you lose all that, party fun and people drinking in line and sharing bottles and things like that.
Yeah. So.
A beer fest where you wait in your car is not that exciting. Or a beer release.
Most exciting is this virtual fest you see pop up everywhere. Yeah, we're moving to a virtual format. We're like, well.
Right, isn't that what Great American Beer Fest is doing?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing ever. They don't know what to do better than that.
The only crew that made sense out of it is Lollapalooza. They're like, we're going to run back vintage concerts from other Lollapaloozas of the weekend that it would have been held.
Okay.
That makes sense. Everything else virtually does not. I don't get it.
Especially all the drink. I think the Friday night flights,
also that.
that was a good way to do it because it gets you the beer. Great American Beer Fest, you're going there to party. You're not going there to try, 10 beers. You're going there for the weekend. You're going to party. I don't know what happens with beer fests.
Yeah, if you want to do something, do what Friday Night Flights did. Make it an option where I'm getting a variety pack from the event.
Right.
And, show love that way.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear fucking keynote speakers and
I wonder if Great American Beer Fest could do that, like a blind box. Those YouTubers and eBay has that blind box or blind bags. All right, you're getting 10 beers from 10 breweries around the country. It could be Sierra Nevada or it could be Treehouse. I don't know what you're gonna get. We just throw all these in the box.
Because there's a waiting list to participate in JBF. There's a waiting list, so you have to assume everybody on the floor is kind of bringing their A game. If
Right.
I was to walk through the beer hall,
Yeah.
So yeah, I would take a random box, and then I would learn. Like if you get the chance to pick by region or something, you're not but you want to learn from and just want it to be random so you can see.
Right.
What's
But you'll
out
be
there.
real pissed if you get like the Abita Purple Haze or something.
We threw in a strawberry haze too. Oh. Dude, we're not even talking about Supermassive. So Supermassive Café Deth, the latest entry in the Deepwood series, 14.2% from Revolution. Fantastic stuff, man. Dangerous because it's so well balanced and loads of coffee flavor without any of the edges. There's 0 edges on this thing, which is nice.
No, I love that it tastes like coffee. Like I think I enjoy coffee even more than beer. So it's like, man, if I could have, you're combining both in like a very nice package here. This is amazing for me.
This is the Malort coffee that Dark Matter came out with 0 alcohol in it.
Should have been this, but with Malort instead. So you need Rev to do the Malort Deth with coffee.
Yes.
All right, there we go. Jonathan Carrera, there's put it in. Get a request going. Get him on it. All right.
It's good to be back, man.
That's what happens when you don't get the random tangents, right?
Yeah.
On our Skype calls.
That's true. Yeah. And then we don't get to do video, man. This is our first video in 3 months, so this is cool.
Hopefully, everyone's been enjoying all the podcasts. We're doing so many guests. Like we named them on the last episode, but we even missed people.
Yeah, I think we're in double digits for the quarantine interviews. I think there's 10 in the bag, and they're all really cool. And there's a replay value that exists there outside of like the weekly recaps.
One of them that we didn't mention was the Black Lung guy.
Oh shit, that was one of the earlier ones. Yeah. And
Yeah.
where are they from? They're North Burbs.
Yeah.
Like Zion or some shit. North Shore. Yeah.
So that was cool. Like, again, like I had only the beers that they were nice enough to send, and it's been like cool to see them pop up on Facebook and whatnot and what they're doing. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So, doing our part to explore the region and then share what we see.
Yeah.
So.
And we got Liquid Love coming up, so look for that. And yeah, we'll just keep. Not sure what we're doing, but we're gonna keep doing it. That's really how I live my life.
I can't follow that up. I think that's the end of it. Right?
All right, Nick, where can people find you, get in touch when we're not here?
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, Instagram, Facebook, website. Instagram page is blowing up a lot, even more before the pandemic. So, yeah, check that out. Take care.
Cheers.